Joey here. I got a long week in New York City, so we did this podcast to keep you going. We were a little too tuned up last night. Tonight's just a mild night, 1,300 milligrams, 22 bong hits, The other night I'm sitting there minding my own business on the couch, and at night the cats come out, play with one for 2 minutes. This guy comes over, and I was watching, because what I did was I went to season 1 of Narcos.
You just went back to restart it?
I had to.
It's great.
So I wanted to see the acting. I wanted to see what I missed. I'm one of those idiots that gets high at night, and I'm on Stars, and I try to watch an episode, and I really didn't watch it. I'm just sitting there drooling on my shirt. And then I go back, and I saw a bunch of things. I saw how Tata grew and all that. Anyway, I'm sitting there, and Superbad jumps on me, and let's say he's on my legs. If he's on my legs and I'm watching TV, he'll get right here on my left-hand side, and he'll reach for me for my shirt. And once he reaches for me, I gotta declaw the shirt and then hug him and play with him, and that's how it goes. You see how he was with your wife that day.
Oh yeah,
you can't get rid of him. He's like the herp. You'll never get rid of him. I don't mind, but he starts on you and then he climbs. If you have a nice shirt, I can't have him sit on you, because you'll have 1,000 holes. I look at my shirt and I got holes in them, because he's a nightmare. When he jumps on you, and he doesn't mean it. He loves you.
Doesn't Harry do that? But he does it with like your legs.
With your legs, yeah. And I don't mind. The other night he starts on your left side, then you move him, and then he climbs on the couch, and then he eagerly creeps up on your shoulder, and he puts his nose on your neck, which again, I can't get mad at him. He's like a dog. Superbad went from one extreme to the other as an animal. Superbad went from had no contact and running outside when the girls would sit and they were young kittens, to you can't get rid of him. It was just, he's like the kid from In the Night. He went in there a nice kid. He came out with a tattoo. He's snorting heroin. That's Superbad.
Do you think you're misunderstood?
I don't know.
No, because I was thinking like cats have that negative connotation, and sometimes among people, and so, like I've been thinking about you and your special a lot, just because I got to go to Austin. It was great. And I was like, because you have this reputation, and then you go and you want, like, we opened this the podcast with a song by a gay black group, and then we're talking about how much you love your cats. And I feel like sometimes some people's first impressions of you might not be that you love that stuff. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you don't feel that, but
no. But that's the beauty of it. They gotta look a little deeper. That's the beauty that we all have. That's why I did the Meth Flavors Worlds. Listen, I could come on here and make a list of the things people want to talk about. I could come on here and I know the music to play for people that they'll jump up and down to.
Right.
That's not what I want to do. That they hear all the time. That's cool. That's not what they want to do. I do it from time to time in the mornings, play that type of music to get people riled up. I could be a yes man. You know what I like about cats? The reason people hate cats, they don't come to you when you call them. They have their own world. They live life by their rules. A cat, a dog, you walk in, you call him over, he jumps on your lap, the whole thing. He licks you in the face. A cat, when I'm ready, So people can't deal with that disconnection. I can. Don't tell me to do something. Let me do it on my own. That's my specialty. You don't have to tell me. I'll do it on my own. I don't ever want you to say, hey, you got to pay the rent on the 8th. Don't tell me that. I'll do it on my own.
And that's what you love about cats.
That's what I love about cats. That mental freedom, that attitude. Which is what people don't like or respect. They want to command their animal to come and hug, whatever. And I remember going to homes and people's cats would jump on and they'd do it Superbad and Harry do now, and I would be scared to death. And they would go, no, that means he likes you. I hated cats, but it wasn't that I would shoot them or run them over with a car. Since I was a kid, I go out of the way for squirrels,
I still don't think I would pick up one of your cats. I love all your cats. I don't think I would go. I'm still a little bit...
Harry would let you pick him up.
Really?
Demi wouldn't. If you call me tomorrow and go, Joey, I want you to work on something for one day, do me the favor as personal. If I read what you wrote for me, like Marin did, and I could have a good time and get high and go down there,
right?
Yeah, I'll go down there 2 days with my main man, Syatt. But if you're going to write like some Guido Mafia stuff for me. I gotta be Gino and I'm the boss. I can't read that no more. I can't read I'm a butcher. You ever not want to be somewhere? That's horrible, okay? When I first got here, I got booked on like a show on NBC that I didn't know what I was doing at all. I didn't know nothing about action. I didn't know about cut. I didn't know nothing. I went to acting class and I got, what was that? We just talked that show on NBC when I was a plumber for 4 episodes. And I got to tell you something, guys. I didn't know. They were telling me to get to my mark. That's the line where you stand for the camera. Like, I'm not here to lie to nobody. I knew nothing. And those people were nice. It was Sidney Poitier's daughter.
Oh, wow.
And it was John Aston's son. And it was all stars of sons. Sons and daughters of different stars. There was 3 of them out of the 6 in the cast. And I got a recurring role as a plumber. Lee, the first 2 episodes, I knew nothing. They were so nice. They giggled about it. They thought I was just playing like a goof. I wasn't playing a goof. And once I got nailed there, I went back to acting class, and I kind of picked it up a little bit, and then you go along the way. And all those experiences were good along the way. It was something I wanted to do. It was something I thought would take me to the next level.
Okay.
The longest yard, I was happy. The longest yard, I pissed off a lot of people because I took matters into my own hands.
What do you mean?
I just went straight to Adam. All these producers wanted me to talk to them. I wouldn't talk to nobody. Just go right to Adam. Adam, I want to wear the jock. Adam, I want to take my shirt off. Adam, I want to do this. I would improvise, and he would cut me off, which was fine. I'm not going to go up and ask him permission. Dangerous people don't ask for permission, Lee. You do it, you go balls out, and watch them go. That was great. You know, when it comes to that realm of acting and stuff like that with people, you never ask permission. I asked permission to wear a jock because, obviously, I didn't have one and stuff like that. But if I would have thought of that the night before, I would have showed up with a jock the next day. But I wasn't that good at that time. My mind didn't think that way. I thought about it while I was there, and I saw the locker room setting. I didn't see it while I was reading it. Do you understand me?
Right.
But you always come prepared, and you just do it. Go to Dollar Shave Club! When nobody knows me, where I got to get up in the morning. I can't go to anybody and go, Lee, let me borrow $300 till next month. I'll figure out somebody to rob them before now and then, and I'll give you that $300 back. I had to start from scratch. I forced myself in a lot of ways. When I'm writing about this situation, I think back to that. Like, I was like, you know what? If I don't leave, I'm not going to do nothing here. Let me leave. I got some shirts. I got some razors. I got some hair gel. We get a job. We get a job, at least. I got a place to stay. We got a job. I could always do something. And I always had that confidence that I could fill out an application. Boom, I could always get a job for $8-10 an hour. I wasn't worried about that. But I knew leaving was the answer, just to really push myself. And in a lot of ways, I wanted to fail. I wanted to fail, so I had to come back to that environment. You know what I'm saying?
But you tried when you were in Colorado. It's not like you sabotaged. Well, I guess maybe you did sabotage yourself in the end.
Well, if you really think about it, when I got arrested, it didn't let me do what I wanted to do, was to go home. So I lasted 2 years. You know these people that go home and then come back and go, they got, you know, like, I left in June of 87.
Right.
And, no, June of 85. And in October of 87, I wanted to go back to Jersey.
I feel like I'm getting, when this podcast started 4 years ago, I was like, really lost. Well, like, I felt I was on the career path.
No, you weren't lost. You were a kid out of college that owed Gitas.
Yeah.
Society made you get a job that you thought you really wanted to do. You caught yourself in a corner. You kind of liked it because you like being inside. You like having the snacks around you and taking your shoes off.
Oh my God, they had so many snacks.
And rubbing your feet. But then
you don't have any snacks.
We got stars. You want a snack? I'll give you another star. I'll give you a brownie. What's a snack we got here? You want a bong hit? That's a snack. That's a good nutritional snack right there. No. And I look at your twin. I look at D'Agostino. I look at Thomas Easter. I look at all these kids. You know, Thomas Easter's a little longer in the tooth. Thomas Easter's 32. That's when I came out here. I had to be 32, 33. I wasn't no youngster when I came out here. I was competing against youngsters, but I was lost too, Lee. When I came out here at 32, I was just buying time, Lee. You know, I'm working really hard, man. I'm not getting stressed out at all about this. This isn't... I told myself before I said yes, there was only one way to do this. And the good thing about this is I'm having a good time doing it. I had a good time in Austin, Lee.
Oh, yeah.
Thursday night first show, Lee, you were there. You were my witness. Was I mad?
Not really, no.
There's no time. You're going to have to get numbers. You got to get some good ones, and you got to get some bad ones. There's nothing I could do. I still got to do 4 more in New York, 5 more in Columbus, and then a 3-show warm-up before the 2 that I'm shooting for the special. I just go up there to talk, and we tape it, and then we listen. And if we get one line from it, it's successful. You guys are helping me out. You know what I'm saying? This week, like I said, I'm in Gotham. I don't know what's left. I'm hearing rumors. I don't know what's left. I hear Saturday night's gone. I hear they got tickets for the early show. I hear Friday early's gone. I don't know. Obviously, you know me. In my suitcase right now as we speak, there's at least 3 to 4 pair of MeUndies. Well, I used all 4 of them. I doubt them. So I don't think I could work out or roll around or do jumping jacks and nothing like that. I think I'm just going to walk around with the Bas Rutten piece in my mouth and try it out. The stuff that you do to get your lungs strong, man. When I have shorts on now, I'm too old to walk around without a pair of underwear. 2 or 3 wannabe MeUndies that I wear to jiu-jitsu from time to time. MeUndies, every pair of MeUndies, source Modal. I've pronounced Modal. Modal, the world's most comfortable underwear. I personally love them. They keep you dry inside. Club W is a service that delivers wine straight to your door. You choose the type and the quantity of bottles, and 100% satisfaction guaranteed. I know you hate paying for shipping. Onnit.com. Supplements, training bars, kettlebells, the gorillas, life vest. Go to Onnit right now. You're walking around, you're skinny, and I want to thank you guys. Lee, say good night.
Good night, everybody.
Stay black. Here we go. Another fun-filled evening with Uncle Joey and his Goomba of death, Lee Syatt. A little Sylvester. Kick that mule, Lee. Go, Lee. Here we go. Wednesday, the 19th. Do your thing. You're going for it no matter what. What's the story there? Everything all right in your world?
I love that you said that my bottom button is fighting, and it's always...
Oh, it's stressing out right now.
It's stressing. I can never... I can't... That's the one thing I'm looking forward to about being any skinnier, is just... I can always... the top button always works, but the further down you go...
nightmare.
And it's worse. I hate having one open when you look down after, after a bar mitzvah or after a wedding, you're dancing, and you find out, your shirt's all open, you're sweating. Ugh.
They see your stomach hair all drenched.
Do you have a lot of hair? I am covered in hair.
No, thank God. I don't even have hair on my legs. My daughter's got hairy legs, which shocks me. I pick her up, and you don't see them. They're just these little blonde tentacles of hair that are curly. I bought a shirt, in the prime of my diet, when I was at 270, and I put it on for the baptism.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And the buttons were about to bust. And I was never so cracked in my life. I thought, I didn't know what happened to the shirt. I thought I didn't try it on when I got it. And I finally said, well, and now the shirt fits.
That's awesome.
Now the buttons aren't stressed. It's like when you see a woman with the yoga pants, and she's putting them to a stress test. You see the skin and you see the tattoo, but they're black pants.
Koshkavanikish.
I've been in business for myself for 30 years. 25 doing comedy. Well, let's just say 25.
Right. Well, okay. So just for your thing, since you said you went back and forth when you were starting comedy, before you really jumped into it, do you think that time period was your not being sure, being nervous about jumping into...
Okay, I was talking to Tommy Easter today, my brother Tommy Easter. And we were talking about a delicate subject about him getting a job and why it's important. And I explained to him when I moved here, I thought I was Johnny Bananas too. And I eventually got a job. People say, artists don't get jobs. That's great. Not when you got a coke habit. And you got child support. Okay, right now, if I took Tom East on the road 4 times a month, what would he make? What would he make? If I paid for the plane ticket, he'd make $200 a week at the club. If I threw him an extra $100, $300 a week. That's $1,200 a month. He's going to eat $150 while he's on the road. You know what I'm saying? So you can't make a living.
You can't live on $1,200 a month.
You can't make a living. You can't make a living unless you come back and you got $100 gigs during the week because you're at the store, the Improv. You see what they give you at the Improv, a $7 bill. They give you a 5 and 2 singles. In this whole 6 weeks of fun on the road and stuff, I gained 3 pounds.
Nice. That's it.
That was really good. I was really impressed with that. When I went to the doctor that morning, and he goes, "You're 303." I was like, "What?" But I didn't eat sweets. Like, I just didn't eat sweets, okay?
Okay.
And I stayed pretty consistent.
And you were walking.
And I was walking. I always do something. But with a diet, people always go, "Oh, the diet didn't work for me." But no, you didn't let the diet work for you. It took 100 pounds off me. 1 egg with an English muffin with 2 pieces of bacon and water. It taught me that I didn't eat French fries. It taught me that I didn't eat chips. So I could see where people get discouraged.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But the same thing happens with comedy. When you have different parts of your career, and there's different things going on when there's different parts of your career. Like Tommy Easter. Tommy Easter will be busy from Sunday to Thursdays. But Friday and Saturdays becomes a different town. It's a showcase town. So at that level, you're really not busy unless you're a feature act and you're opening up for somebody in the Ice House. You understand what I'm talking about? Even at the Improv, they have 3-man acts. So it's kind of rough. When you live in Seattle or Michigan or D.C., when you're an open micer, you have all this work during the week. But on Fridays and Saturdays, they're prime nights. You're open. Because at the end of the line, this is it. This is it. Diaz, how much you putting up? I'll never ask you for something outside my realm.
Okay.
Okay, whether you're my manager or not. I'm never going to come to you and go, "Listen, I want 13 episodes on ABC. That's not going to work. I'll tell you what I do expect pretty soon. 6 episodes on a TV show as a recurring garbage man or a painter or something. That's not out of my realm. I got the resume to cover that. Do I not?
No, you do. So, okay.
Okay, that's what I'm saying to you. I've always been one of those guys. You know, I could call my agents tomorrow and go, "Listen, I want to do a theater tour. Joey, I'll cover it. I want to do a 2,200-seat theater tour." Now, I know that's unrealistic, and guess what? I wouldn't want to do it. But I'm the type of guy that'll call you and go, "I can handle 6 shows in Jersey. Bring it on."
Okay.
I'll never, I know what I can cover and what you can't cover. You just learn little tricks along the way. For years, they told you got to stay at that hotel there. And it's 30 minutes from the hotel, from the club. You're paying for that hotel a rate. Give me the rate and let me find my own hotel. And there's a hotel right around the corner from the club that has breakfast in it for free. And they give you a shuttle ride to the airport. And you can walk to the comedy club. You learn all these things. You learn all these things. You learn about,
how to make your life easier.
We went on a flight last week, you
Right.
and I. On the way down there, the guy made us pay for both he charged you for your luggage. Now, I'm platinum. Even if I don't fly first class, I get 2 bags for free. The chick charged you.
Right, yeah, she did.
On the way back, we both gave the guys the IDs, and I gave him a $20 bill, and what did he do?
He turned it back.
He took your bag, didn't charge us the 25.
Right, yeah.
When he came back, I said, "Give him the 20 difference." He would have made 40 on us, and he'd remember us forever. He didn't take your 20.
Oh, I didn't know you gave him a 20.
No, I gave him a 20 for me.
Oh.
But I gave him a 20 for me.
Oh.
Okay, now, you and Paula would have walked in and stood online like Mama Luke's for an hour and a half and then gone through security.
Not anymore.
No, now you see that. A 20, and that's it. You move like a soldier through that airport. You follow me?
Yeah.
Did I know that when I was first flying? No, I'd stand in the airport, tap my knees against each other. For the extra 20, you go right at the gate, and bam, you walk in like a doctor.
And I bet there's a lot of people who don't even pay the extra 20 for that. They probably stiff them.
No, there's a lot of people give them $5 or 10. That works too. But there's a black dude at Kennedy Airport that walks you through security. Did you know that?
Is it?
To the front, right? Then he goes, "What's up, Jerry? This is my dog, Joey. Get in there."
I would totally do that.
He gets you, checks your bag, and then goes, "Come on." So this is what this podcast is about. It's about letting you know that you want to be an entrepreneur.
Right.
You can do it. Your job is to find a way. Plain and simple. Just find a way. I wasn't ready for LA when I came here. As a comedian, As a human being, I wasn't ready for LA when I got here, but I stepped up once I got here. Once I got here, something made me get into the Comedy Store and these other places. And I was on the drugs for a long time, but I kept moving. I didn't let the drugs take me down. The drugs were part of who I was. It wasn't who I was. Do you know what I'm saying? I wasn't at home shooting and hanging out with degenerates. I was just a closet functioning addict, as they call it, I guess. That's all. He's a functioning addict. So that's it. That's it, and that's that. That's what the podcast is about.
Yeah, because they scare you. They make everything so hard. They make everything so expensive.
Whether it's in college, whether it's in life, there's always people telling you that it's going to be tough, the decision you're going to make. And you know what, man? It's as tough as you let it. It's so weirdly. You just look at it as just another day of doing business. So it was tough for me. As usual, my favorites. If you like lifting, working out, you're stepping into a better day. Think about it. MeUndies, my friends at MeUndies sent me a few pairs a while back. I had the leopard print on the other day. I had to tell her. I love MeUndies. Give them a shot. Take a chance. Go to MeUndies.com. I want to thank my little brother, Lee Syatt. I'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend. Stay black.
People, like, parents have to be careful. Like, you have to be careful on Halloween. Like, it's
real careful. It was amazing today because I wasn't home all weekend. I went to Vegas, but I got home Sunday and I missed a trunk or treat. Trunk or treats are a little safe haven. Don't get me wrong. There's got to be perverts lurking somewhere.
There's always one.
Do I feel comfortable with my wife with her walking? You know, my wife talks to people and she's very nice, but you know, today was the worst. Today was obviously the worst. Because today, I got a knock on the door at 5 o'clock. I open it, and this kid's trick-or-treat. And I go, Mercy, you want to go? She goes, Dad, let me go with the kids. It was like 20 kids. I go outside. There's maybe like 5 or 6 parents. They're walking their dogs. Everybody wants to be a movie star. One parent's drinking a margarita. They just can't for the other parents are dressed up. I got a cowboy hat on. I don't even have a holster. I just got a gun. And my wife forgot to put the bandana on me. I don't even have a shirt. I wore this blue shirt. And I'm having a good time. I met one of the parents goes to Legacy, one of the dads.
Oh, cool.
Goes to Jiu-Jitsu. He's like, hey, I remember? Yeah. We walked down the corner, and now they wanted to cross Colfax. What do you think we should do? Should we cross Colfax? Cars are zipping by. And I go, finally, you know, here's a bunch of educated people. You think they come up with a plan with their 20 kids? They're like, what should we do? Should we cross Colfax? Meanwhile, cars are zipping by. I got Mercy by the hand like it's my hand. I'm connected by super glue. And I go, can I ask you guys a question? Why don't we just walk to the corner and make a left and walk all the way to the park and then walk down? And after an hour of that, you're done. You're good to go. There's no reason to cross the street.
Yeah, they're young. They don't need that much.
You don't need that much. It's right on this side. You're going to hit 2,000 pounds. So I go, let's just have... So we stayed on there for a minute. All of a sudden, this lady starts going, now it's getting dark. Now it's just dark. And cars are coming up from everywhere. And they want to stay on the street where the cars are active. I'm trying to hit the side streets and cut down the driveways. You know those long... You know how every street here has a driveway that goes all the way down? You don't even need to hit the main streets.
No.
So I'm in those alleys, and I'm walking, and I'm popping up at the other street. We're not having any contact with cars. Any contact with goofy people. Finally, one lady raises her hand. She goes, listen, I'm talking to my friend. They're on the church on Laurel Canyon. Let's walk over. And me and my wife just looked at each other like, it's dark out. And you ain't going to be happy till you walk across Colfax, are you, with these kids? Okay, I won't. Me and my wife and daughter turn the other way. You got to put some gel on your head to get a fake ponytail. So you tell me a director from Israel. Re-releasing like Ricky and Desi and Lucille Ball.
So yeah, Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, I'll do it.
I've been having a hard time lately because I've been getting into this Celia show on Netflix. I'm up to, you know, I don't watch it for a few days, and I'll watch 2 episodes a night for 3 nights or something. And I'm up to episode, 20-something. And right now, Fidel took over. And it's so weird to see this island. And first off, I have to congratulate the writers of the show. They've done a phenomenal job so far. I told my wife, if they mention Union City, New Jersey, I will shoot myself in the head. I'll have to contact these guys because they really did their homework. So it's a show about a Cuban singer. But right now, at this point, Castro's taken over. The girl that was getting sexually molested by her stepfather has left and gone to New York City, and she's a successful singer. The young cousin to Celia Cruz is now homosexual, and the Castro regime just beat him up. Because I told Rogan about this 15 years ago, that there's tons of stories about the Fidel Castro regime. There is so much going on in this TV show that is on point. You know, the racism that was in Cuba, how they tried to threaten Celia Cruz to leave the band because of the color of her skin. They said she won't sell records. The owner of the company, his name is Sidney Siegel. He's a Jew, but he speaks Spanish. He's a Cuban Jew.
I was going to say that's a pretty Jewish name.
But I also noticed that not once do they call him El Judío, the Jew. I don't understand why. And they say mulata, they say la negrita, they say slang words on the show. It's all in Spanish, but it's in when the words come up. You know what I'm saying? I listen to it, and I'm really enjoying the Spanish because it's 60% Cuban Spanish.
You think they would have called him just the Jew to him? They would have called him the Jew?
Behind his back, they call him El Judío, because Cubans do that. But the point I'm trying to make, that what's really weird about this show is the religion that's involved in this. You know, whether it's the Santeria side or just praying to the saints, and what this, you know, when my wife said, look at that person, she couldn't be anymore. When did the Irish invade Cuba? My wife said it as a joke. And I looked at her straight in the face and I said, what do you mean? The Battle of the Boyne. When the Irish that didn't want to fight wanted to leave, they went to the only other Catholic country. Cuba is known as a Catholic country. That's it. That's it. It's a Catholic country. You know, so all these Irish went there, and there's a Chinese chick in the show to really show the different ethnicities that ended up in this island. And I think that there's some stuff sometimes that's meant to stay under the carpet. I think that, look at right now at 53, man. If you want me to lie to you guys, there's times I remember things I did when I was 10 that I don't even have, you guys know me, and I don't have the courage to talk about now. You know, that it's not like I killed somebody or raped somebody or something like that. With friends of my mother's kids, you know, like they had daughters or something, and I would sleep over, and me and the kid, you know, when we were young. That was it that I'm kind of ashamed of. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but you're kind of ashamed of them. You didn't know. You were just a stupid kid, you know?
Right.
You have any dignity, or if you have anything that you're made of, those little things always come back and remind you, you know? Lee, boom, boom, Syatt, like my little ball. You sit here and you go, that's it. I had to go home tonight and take a nap after the Joe Rogan podcast. My ears were bleeding from all the talking. It was ridiculous. It was tremendous. I had a good time there, but Jesus Christ. But it's just, you can't believe it. Like I look at things sometimes, I'm like you guys. I like to look at the calendar and go, wow, it's October 11th. We got this much time left. And all of a sudden, bro, we were just getting excited about the special.
I know. And now it's going to be here.
Okay, once November hits, it's a month and a half away.
Yeah, so in 2 hours.
Wow. Time has flown this year, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, we got some interesting new sponsors this week here. This one is the best one. I like this one so far. Lee, you've done Lyft before.
Oh yeah, I've driven and as a rider.
Oh, you've driven and been a rider for Lyft?
Absolutely.
And you've always talked about Lyft. You still use Lyft.
That's the one I prefer. It's a nicer experience. It's a friendlier experience. They're always up front. I like that you can tip. You can tip these people.
That's what a lot of people like, that you can tip them. You're sitting around there, you're not doing nothing. You bought that nice car, now the girl dumped you anyway. Now you don't know what to do. I got an idea for you. Let's make some extra dough, especially over the holidays. Why not start the first with an extra couple of yardsticks in your pocket, living like a doctor? MVMT watches, with over 500,000 watches sold. MVMT watches. These guys are savages, and it feel great, and it look great with that black suit on. Get 15% off today. On It's always there for you. Every time I fly, there's no jet lag. I don't feel like Bela Lugosi afterward. ZipRecruiter.com. Are you hiring? With ZipRecruiter.com. With a single click. For free. Again, it's free. What do you think about that?
Thank you for rolling with us this month. Listen, I love all you guys. What are you looking at me all weird for? Like I owe you $22.
I don't know. Maybe you do.